the best there is, plain and simple. I mean, I wake up in the morning, I piss excellence. Thank you. And nobody can hang with my stuff. Just a big, hairy American winning machine. If you ain't first, you're last. You know what I'm talking about?
Hello, I'm Jensen. What's going on, everybody? Hope you're having a great day. If you're new to the channel, make sure you like and subscribe. So in the last video, I took out my 1984 Oldsmobile Cutlass Supreme Brougham and did a little 0 to 60. If you guys didn't see that video, make sure you guys go check it out. But yeah, that was one of the slowest 0 to 60s I've ever had. Today we're going to be doing something kind of similar with the drift cab. We don't have sticky tires in the rear, so there's zero chance of doing a 0 to 60 that's going to be an accurate time without hella wheel slip. So we're going to do more of like a 60 to 130. I think a 60 to 130 would be a decent, you know, decent little representation of how fast this car is. This car is built by Overkill Performance. It has the OP 850 package, so that's 850 to the wheels, 1,000 to the crank. It makes a little bit more than that, but if you guys don't know what's done to the car, let me do a quick little rundown. Let me pop the hood real quick. All right, so first off, we got the leg maker intake. We have a 268 upper supercharger pulley. We did the 1200cc fuel injector clinic injectors. You can't see them, but they're under there. Did a 180 degree thermostat. We did a booster pump in the rear, and we also switched it over to E85, and then obviously tuned the transmissions. So just a couple bolt-ons, not full bolt-on. There's definitely a lot more stuff that we could do, and we'll end up doing that in the future, especially like adding an inner chiller, which will cool down the car tremendously. Because one thing that Josh at Overkill Performance taught me about these cars is when they get hot, they pull a tremendous amount of timing out. So if they pull timing out, that's obviously pulling horsepower not as fast, so that's not good. So we're going to get the inner chiller in there to make sure that this thing is always making the maximum amount of horsepower possible. So that's pretty much everything that's done to the motor. We do have BC Racing coilovers on it with a bunch of adjustable suspension arms, AAD upper control arms, and then in the rear we got a Durs diff brace, so it's making it a little bit stiffer, riding a lot better than stock. And then for the exhaust, it's full straight piped. It doesn't have headers on it, that's why it sounds so good. Speaking of that, let's go do a cold start. As you guys can hear, it is very, very loud. I don't know if you guys will even be able to hear me, but like I was saying, we got street tires on, 275 40/20s. Not ideal for this amount of power whatsoever, but we're gonna do what we can with these. Another thing we're gonna do is throw it in track mode and then take traction control completely off, because if you leave traction control on, it's gonna take more power out when you try to hit the gas, so it doesn't break traction of the wheels. So obviously you want traction off, get the full amount of power, and get the real 0 to 60 or 60 to 130 time like we're doing. So now let's head over to Mexico so we can get some of these 60 to 130 times. Let's do it. I'm gonna try to warm the tires up a little bit because I know I know they're not gonna keep traction whatsoever. So here's third. Let's do a 60 roll, third gear. Like 60 to 120. Had a little bit of slip in third, not too bad. Let's try that again. Throw it in third. That was about 130 right there. Not slipping too bad right now. That's pretty cool. Let's see the gauges are looking like. Let's see how much power this thing says I'm gonna put out. See if I can keep the camera straight. Try that again. I only saw high sixes. for a second. I don't even know if this thing can calibrate that high. Alright. Try this one more time. Third gear, 65. 130. The difference between this car and the Cutlass is ridiculous. Cutlass would literally need 10 more Cutlass motors to compare to this. That's insane. Because each Cutlass motor has 100 horsepower. This has 1,000 horsepower. Do a quick little roll. Crazy. Light years faster than the Cutlass. I'm really surprised how well these 275 40/20s are doing, and they're just burner street tires. They're not anything special. Hella cheap tires. For the new rims that I got, I decided I'm going R888s. I'm gonna do a 315 35/20. So hopefully those will give me some traction. I've seen a lot of good reviews. A lot of people are saying that they're just noisy on the freeway, but as you guys can tell, I don't really mind noise. I highly doubt I'm gonna be able to hear them over this exhaust anyway, so I'm going R888s. Thank you to everyone for their input, but yeah, I'm doing R888s. Let's see how many G's we can pull. So we got the G meter pulled up, which is pretty cool. Let's drop it down to third and see how many G's we can pull. Over a half G. I can't imagine what it's gonna be like when it actually hooks from like second or from a dig from first gear. That's gonna be something vicious. Throughout filming this whole video, my coolant temp has not gone over 185, which is phenomenal. Josh tuned it. Be in front of these people real quick. Josh tuned it to the point where the car gets up to like 185. The fans kick on so it stays cool, which is another great thing when it comes to horsepower, because remember when I was talking about the inner chiller in the beginning of the video? The hotter the motor gets, the more timing it pulls. So the cooler it is, you know, you got all your horsepower. You're not just robbing horsepower from yourself for no reason. You're staying cool, you know? That's the main mission, stay cool. I'm gonna have 8 burner wheels, so 8 wheels to drift on, which are gonna be like the HELLCAT style wheels. The brass monkeys are the OEM Dodge wheels, and then I have the black HELLCAT replicas. So I got 4 of each, so I'm gonna have 8 burner wheels. Then I got the Belgians, which are gonna have sticky tires on it, so I can have a street setup that's gonna have sticky tires on it so I can get traction. And then I'm talking to Weld Racing right now, so hopefully Weld can hook it up with some bead locks or something. So if you guys can, once again, please go DM or comment on Weld's page. Give a little comment saying sponsor your boy. I know you guys would like that content, so if you can, I'd really appreciate it. And that's pretty much the end of this video. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, share, hit the bell, thumbs up, all that stuff. Make sure you go down below, check out the links. Go subscribe to the behind the scenes channel. A bunch of funny ass videos on that channel, and a new one just dropped today, so make sure you go check it out. And overall, just thank you guys for the support. I extremely appreciate every single one of you. But that's gonna be the end of this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Deuces.